Hey everybody, welcome to the Seeing 2020 YouTube channel. My name's Adam. I was the director of the film Seeing 2020, the censored science of the COVID-19 pandemic. And what I wanted to do was start with gratitude. I wanted to thank everybody who watched the film, who shared it, who subscribed to this channel, shared the trailer. We're so grateful for everybody who shared it with their friends and got the word out. We have a lot more to do to get the word out, and so keep sharing it. But I wanted to say thank you for that. The next thing I want to do is thank everybody who was in the film. These doctors, we just asked them to be part of this, and they volunteered their time, their talents, their research, their energy into sharing this message. And so we want to thank all the doctors who are in the film and just show our gratitude. Next, I wanted to share a little bit about how this film came to be. And I'm going to do that by showing you the first couple minutes of the movie. This movie was not intended to be made in the way it was. We had a different idea in mind. And so I'm just going to share this prologue, really, it's to the movie, where the executive producer, Court Koshar, who's a doctor, and myself kind of shared what we intended to do and then what actually happened.
Check, check.
Yeah, you sound good. You're speeding. Okay.
Take one.
Okay. So you're going first.
You ready?
Yeah.
I'm Court Koshar, and I'm a medical doctor. The decision to make this movie came with basically questions, and I started questioning what was going on with science and what was going on with medicine in the year 2020, because I had never before seen physicians that were placing blame on children for infecting and killing their grandparents. I'd never before seen physicians refuse to treat patients when they were too afraid themselves to let their patients come in their offices. And I'd never seen the media or politicians essentially drive the way that treatment and healthcare was practiced in America. And I was afraid of what I was seeing. So I approached my friend Adam here.
So initially when we talked, we had an idea of what the film would be. We would talk to people on both sides, try to get a really cohesive idea of the pandemic and how people can empower themselves with knowledge on what's best for them and their family. But as we really dug into this and began reaching out to people in the medical and science communities, we found that the people most eager to speak to us were the ones that had been silenced or removed from platforms. But they had something important that they were excited about that they felt like the American people and really people worldwide should know. And so this film evolved from what we originally thought it would be to what you're about to watch, which has a lot more to do with physicians and silencing them. All right, so now that you're a little bit aware that the film originally was about just trying to follow the science exactly, and we were able to get a lot of good information, and we really did focus our film on the science, but really when it came down to it, we realized that there was a whole lot of information out there that was readily available and frequently shared by the mainstream media, by politicians, by social media. But there was also a lot of research and data that was being suppressed. And at that point, we realized that the film really is about, the story is really about not the dueling conversation within the science community, but the lack of a dueling conversation in the science community. There was one side being promoted and one side that was being suppressed. And so what we wanted to do was, being believers in freedom of speech, we wanted to share out the information and give a voice to the people who'd been censored. Now, because of that, we kind of came up against a really important discussion when making this movie. And that important discussion was essentially, how are we going to roll out this movie so that we know that we're not going to get censored? Now, that doesn't mean we won't get censored or shadow banned or people fighting against us. We knew that would happen. But really what we wanted to figure out was a way to not get pulled down off YouTube, not get pulled down off Facebook. One of the doctors even had some censorship issues with Vimeo. So we wanted to make sure that the movie would be available. And we also wanted to make sure that we could build on what we created. We didn't have any original investors. We made this movie ourselves. And so we wanted to make sure that we could build on this so that we could continue to go out and make more content. Of course, we want to build this business up. We want to share more information with you guys, but that takes time and energy. And obviously, time and energy equals capital. And so we need to be able to make sure that we have the money necessary to keep rolling out content. Now, we're going to do a two-pronged approach with this. We are going to have the movie as an on-demand option that you already have. Many of you have already seen it. But what we're going to also do is roll out free content, because that was the question in some of the comments, is why isn't the movie free? And this is why, is because of the censorship. That doesn't stop us from making content for YouTube. And so we really want people to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel and turn on notifications, because we're going to be rolling out content here. Now, it might not be specifically about the movie. We have a lot of plans for this channel, but it will be a lot about the information in the movie and the progress of information as we learn more. There was, for example, a lot of research and a lot of data to support that vitamin D3 was a really important component in regards to avoiding hospitalizations and helping people get recovery, help people to a quick recovery when they had COVID-19. This was something that Dr. Brian Tyson in our film talked about in October, and that he had known this for months and months. Then we get into post-production, and I find an article that's like, big headline, vitamin D3 could be, this amazing thing for fighting COVID-19 and the pandemic. And that was in December. So why did it take, if Dr. Brian Tyson knew about it in the summer, why did it take till December for the media to report on it? So it's those kinds of things that we want to point out, that we want to talk about. And we want to stick to the data. We know that if we can read the articles in a fair way, if we can read the research and try to be as honest and straightforward as possible, that it limits the chances of us being demonetized or being pulled down off YouTube. And so that's our goal here. But that doesn't mean that we can just post the movie and have that go viral and not be censored. So we will be rolling out content. We will be giving you guys some free content. We're so grateful for you guys in the audience that we've been able to start to build, and look forward to bringing you guys more content. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to share it with your friends. Turn on notifications, because apparently subscriptions, you don't always see it unless you have the notifications turned on. And don't forget to comment. Keep the conversation going. And again, we're so grateful. Thank you, and we'll talk to you soon.